I try to take good care of my tools, but every once in a while something happens and something might get left out in the rain. So if this happens to you, before you throw away your tools, I'm going to show you how you can restore them and make them like new. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is find yourself a container that can fit the tool. Next, throw the tool into the container. Grab yourself some vinegar and soak the tool and make sure that it's completely submerged. Then grab some table salt and pour that all over the tool in the rusted area. From there, just let it soak for 24 hours. After it's soaked for at least 24 hours, pull it out and use a small wire brush to brush in all the little crevices and make sure there's no rust left over on the tool. And then you can take a dry rag and clean off all the vinegar and salt. From there, grab some WD-40, squirt a little bit on the tool, and wipe it off with a dry rag, and your tool should be good as new.
Okay, today I'm going to show you how to finish edge of a plywood piece. So in the field, this is basically double stick tape from Fast Cap. It's called speed tape. It's really strong, works really well. So I'm going to press it on at first and then follow it up with a J-roll. It's pressure sensitive. Peel it up with a knife. Now I'll get my regular oak edge band and stick it on, and then we edge roll that. And then up next will be the quad trimmer, so it'll trim the edge flush. So you can see me doing that. A little bit of sanding and a nice clean finished edge, and that's how it's done.
Hey guys, came up with this jig a couple years ago to make sure that I could do door casings and windows with no measuring tape. This is very efficient. I just simply mark 3/16 back on 2 scraps of wood and then just nail this piece in here, and that gives me a reveal. I leave this size long, then when I come on this corner, I mark this one and that one. After you mark corners, mark it down a few times. Casing comes in 7 foot lengths. Now I mark my height. After I mark it on the line, I go and cut it. After I nail them, I put the other piece upside down and mark it on the edge. And when you cut it, make sure you cut the line off. Put a little bit of glue and nail it, and it's perfect. I hope this helps.
Check this out. Just built this. Just a piece of plywood, 3/4 inches. Got all my carpet squares in one place, and it took me all 5 minutes to cut out and screw in. Check that out.
Stop winding it up like this. Don't do it. It's awful for the cord. Instead, wrap your cord like this. Right hand,
This is the nail end.
left hand, loop. Left hand, loop inside. Left hand, loop. Flip it over, loop inside. Loop. Side. And that's how you properly wind up your extension cord without ruining it.
So I posted a video about these blades that you can buy on Amazon for about $1 a piece. You can buy about 60. And to everyone that's saying that these blades suck, they're freaking great.
Before renovating our home, my husband and I sat down to make a list of everything that we wanted to include. We've built a custom home before, and there were so many things that we missed. We wanted to make sure that whatever we added was functional, that would help us keep our home clean and organized. Instead of keeping our hairstyling appliances on the counter, we added outlets behind the designated drawer, so every time we use them, it forces us to put them back in the drawer instead of leaving the clutter on the counter.
Let me show you why this is way better than this. This is a standard countersink bit. You can drill it in wood and it will make a little recess for where your screws can go down, but it doesn't really have depth control. So when you drive the screws in, it's like the 3 little bears. One's shallow, one's just right, and one's too deep. But this is a countersink bit with a stop collar. You don't have to worry about how deep you drive because it'll stop right there for you. And when you drive those screws in, they're all going to be at the exact height that you want them to be at. And you can adjust it too. Nice tool.
One of the most intimidating things when you're starting out woodworking can be building drawers. I'm going to show you a really easy way to make sure that your drawer width is perfect every time. So for the next step, we're going to need 2 pieces of scrap and a clamp. What you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 pieces of scrap, place them one on top of the other. You're going to slide one to the left, one to the right. You're going to make sure you touch your drawer slides. Take your clamp those 2 pieces together. This gives you the width of your drawer box. Take that to your material, mark it off. Perfect every time.
skate plate is really easy and takes seconds. You slide your saw into the skate plate and make it flush with the right side, left side for worm drive saws. You then move the adjustable sliding brackets forward and hand tighten the screws. Then, you hand tighten the screw in the front to secure your saw. You adjust the skate guide to the width of the cut and you are ready to go. Roll your saw.
Here's a little tip for your tape work. Put your roll in your belt. That way you have a hands-free distributor right there. Get up on a ladder, put up your plastics and everything. Remember, paint work's prep work.
This is how you join two boards using dowels. First, get a dowel jig from Amazon. This one was $17, and of course, drill your first hole. Drill another hole, drill another hole, drill another hole. Clamp both boards together, line up the jig with the dowel, and drill a hole. This gives you the opposing hole. Now it's time for some glue in each hole. Put the dowels in, and then spread all the glue along the seam.